A 6. Fantasy points this match, 166 for Kusal Mendes. And Samara Wikrama, 139. Hassan Ali with points. Nisanka and Harris Ralph round out the top 5 if you are playing the fantasy game. Fine, and away to the boundary for 4.
Got to keep it nice and tidy within the stumps. He doesn't have the pace. Shanaka with a couple of loose deliveries. Half trigger met with full force over mid-wicket.
Well, maybe the wicketkeeper needs to help him out at this pace. Come up to the stumps.
बड़े होकर बिस्मा मारूफ बनो।
Wide. Be careful flirting with those ones when they're that wide, I think, from and again, there's a little one there. There's a little ticker. We talked about it 2 balls ago, and he's got a touch on that, and that is a massive blow.
Exactly what has happened The moment his head turned towards the
that nothing else matters. Sabroso crispy chicken strips. So crispy, so tender.
Monthly Easy Cart 800 से पाओ 20 GB डेटा 4000 टेलीनॉ मिनट्स और 350 अदर नेटवर्क मिनट्स।
जैज़ कैश है ना। शंग्रीला नाउ इंट्रोड्यूसेस किड्स चप, बच्चों का अपना केचप। किड्स चप, मील का फन बडी। यम।
गोल्डन पर्ल ब्यूटी क्रीम, हुस्न जाना की तारीफ मुमकिन नहीं।
What are you laughing at, Marto?
Oh, you've started early.
You always schmooze the big quicks, I can tell you. Yeah, look, he's just an infectious character, Bish. There's no doubt about it. He's got great energy. He's got a great presence in the team. He's a very good natural leader as well. Pakistan are actually fortunate to have several natural leader. Shadab Khan's another one of those guys. Very forthright in the way they think, and they present their case well. He can't be a better player than Rizwan inside these middle phases of the match. Folks, it's hard work being a professional.
Like any other bowler, he can get it wrong, but he has a strong wrist position. You kick yourself, haters, if you miss out on those.
Yeah, you can wax lyrical as much as you like on that particular delivery, but that is what you call a genuine strangle down the leg side. Baba Rizwan, I reckon he gets about 500,000 deliveries a year, and 20% of them would have been exactly that delivery, which you'd see disappear into the side of the mid-wicket net, or if he was on a centre wicket like they were yesterday, out of the ground.
How is it when you're out of form, you tip over, you absolutely completely miss those, but when you're in form and you're actually feeling good, you actually nick them, or you stand upright, you're in a better position, you're forward of the ball. Sometimes being out of form might be a better option.
Well, if you're out of form, you probably miss that altogether, either on the outside or inside edge of the bat. When you're in form, you want to be at the ball. You want to be making the contact. So put that down to a little lady luck is just not with Bubba.
He's a strong, strong bowler.
जज्बात में तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, इसीलिए अपनी हिफाजत के लिए हमने लिया स्टेट लाइफ सहारा फैमिली प्लान। स्टेट लाइफ हमेशा साथ निभाए।
फास्ट से जगमगाए हर खेल का मैदान, परफॉर्मेंस शानदार, रियल क्वालिटी की पहचान। फास्ट, तारों से सितारों तक।
मेरे पेट में चूहे रंग ले रहे हैं। हाँ? क्या करूं? ओए 92
क्रिकेट का बुखार और मक्खनी हांडी का प्यार। डोंट वरी, फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
मंथली इजी कार्ड 800 से पाओ 20 GB डेटा, 4000 टेलीनॉम मिनट्स और 350 अदर नेटवर्क में।
Early up. Amazing how they start getting these dismissals, how it can start beating the edge of the bat. Janika's got no pace. This is 120 kilometres an hour. But he is on the right length, an awkward length, and a little bit of extra bounce in this combination of black and red soil as well.
I heard the boys talking about the keeper standing up. I just wonder the fact that there's no slip in place and the ball's moving around, that he feels like he's standing back to be able to get that nick if it does happen. You have a look at a player and you go, are they likely to nick it, and do we have someone in there to catch that edge? If we don't, you've got to stand back to be able to give yourself a chance. Rizwan, on the other hand, is a player that tips over, and so quite often you can actually target a player down leg side with the leg side stumping. Gully in place. I just want to talk a little bit about this field and see what you boys think about it. But we've seen the deep point a lot more in the last couple of years, modern day cricket, in the short third and then the slip in place. And what happens as a batter is you want to go at the ball because you've got that gap. So if the field is there, you don't necessarily throw your hands at it. So having that slip in third in place and have that deep point encourages the batter to actually play away from their body. So while sometimes it may look defensive, it's actually an attacking option, because you want the player to go, I want to hit it out to that fielder. I want to try and hit it hard to get there. And if you're not quite right and you get an edge, you've effectively got the keeper, the gully, and the third in place for that catch.
Yeah, you're right. It's something that the Aussie boys, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's sort of like a slap fielder. You know, they've something that they've put in place over the last couple of years. Just stops players laying back, especially pace like this, stops players just laying back. And if they also get cute with it, which is the temptation, they want to try and steer it past the second or third slip and past the short third men, then you're actually in the game as well from a catching position. So stops the boundary and provides an opportunity for a wicket.
Down, just that lack of pace. You feel like you've got to go at the ball a bit more. This is good bowling, pressure bowling, forcing the Pakistan players to play at the ball, bringing in
players just laying back, and if they also get cute with it,
just wonder if that third slip can just come a couple of steps further up, because it's not going to get there.
I think he has, you know. I think Pathum Nissanka, and he's taken another half a step up again. He's got that unique action, Dasan Chanaka, where he goes past the perpendicular and still gets it to leg cut. 40 for 2.
मंथली इजी कार्ड 800 से पाओ 20 GB डेटा, 4000 टेलीनॉम मिनट्स और 350 अदर नेटवर्क मिनट्स।
बड़े होकर बिस्मा मारूफ बनो।
बनाए लड़कियों के लिए और क्रिकेट रोल मॉडल्स, कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क। कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए।
चाय और क्रिकेट,
वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
The all-new Sabroso Crispy Chicken Strips taste so good that nothing else matters. Sabroso Crispy Chicken Strips, so crispy, so tender.
He was into the wicket, off cutters. The odd verbal barrage, and before you knew it, he had your hook long and sinker and trying to do something you shouldn't. So he was a very skillful bowler, and I'm sure Shanika's the same as well. He had a good Asia Cup with the ball. Found a way to take wickets on flat wickets as well.
Yeah, we're just doing a little bit of analysis on Trent Boult, and one of the things being both left-handed seamers I was looking at, I've talked about head positions and how the eyes of Boult are much more level than Madushanka, who falls away a lot and sometimes can go past the perpendicular with the bowling arm. It's a very good shot. Latches on to that, just a touch. Length is, if you try to look at a good length with your head, the eyes vertical rather than horizontal, it's harder. And the wrist position, though, of Madushanka, very good, Katie and Hades, because it's a strong wrist position that even though he falls away, he can still get the ball to swing in late to the right-handed batter. So different. I just wonder about the stress it puts on his spine. Round the wicket now.
When you say strong wrist, what is the importance of a strong wrist? If I'm becoming a fast bowler, which is clearly never going to happen,
I'm going to try to do it left-handed again. I'm going to do my best left-handed impression. So the strong wrist is it's upright, and you sort of into position, and then you flick the wrist. There's some guys the wrist breaks away. Alan Donald, for example, when he wasn't bowling well. For Rizwan on that occasion.
When you were doing that explanation, I was thinking of Shaminder Vas. He also had a beautiful wrist. Bit of luck, that's what you need. Saw Babar Azam get strangled down the leg side. On this occasion, Rizwan gets away with one. The outstretched arms of Wellalagi just weren't good enough to get up there. He needed one of those little bouncy mats.
well, a lot of teams look to target Rizwan in that off-stump line swinging back, and he gets into a really awkward position. You talk about head position falling over as a bowler. Well, Rizwan is definitely that.
Sri Lanka think they've got their man. Umpire unmoved. Good pace, he beats you with pace. He's a strong bowler. They review it.
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for catch. Original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Front on spin vision, please. Okay, ball is very close to the bat. Can we have ultra edge, please? Waiting for ultra edge. Yeah, gap between bat and ball. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, clear gap between bat and ball. Yeah, no bat involved. No need to check it. Then you're too high. Yeah, go back to Alex. Alex, with your decision. You're on screen now. You can signal not out.
$48 for 2.
एक और कप चाय टपाल दानेदार।
यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलेंस एलईडी टीवी अपने स्मार्ट वॉइस कंट्रोल फीचर से सुने आपकी बात। एक्सपीरियंस द वर्ल्ड एट होम, क्योंकि डॉलेंस रिलायबल है।
न बिजली जाती है न बिजली का बिल आता है, तो आज ही बिजली के बिल को क्लीन गोल्ड करें। इनवरेक्स सोलर एनर्जी, बिल की फिक्र से बेफिक्र।
PSO Diomax, पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम हैवी ड्यूटी डीजल इंजन ऑयल। परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि दुनिया चले।
ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ लूं।
मौसमी एक्सपर्ट जोंकी मंथली प्रो मैक्स से एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे। 200 GB डेटा, 2000 दूसरे नेटवर्क मिनट्स, सिर्फ 1600 रुपए में।
4 सैंडविचेस और 6 समोसे हैं तैयार। सिचुएशन इज टेंस। शंग्रीला गार्लिक चिली ने उठाया पावर प्ले का फायदा और छुड़ा दिया मजे के छक्के। ये टेस्ट का मैच है बॉस। जीत गया शंग्रीला गार्लिक चिली सॉस।
एक एक घूंट में जागेगी खेल की उमंग। चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
टेलीनॉर, यूफोन या फिर जोंग, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का दोस्त जैज कैश है ना।
क्रिकेट का बुखार और मक्खनी हांडी का प्यार। डोंट वरी, फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
नया सनसिल्क थिक एंड लॉन्ग, इसमें है योगर्ट प्रोटीन और केराटिन का सुपर मिक्स, जिससे बाल दिखे 2 गुना ज्यादा घने। जब बाल हो थिक, कोई भी स्टाइल करो पिक।
जब हो क्रिकेट, फ्रेंड्स और खाने का सीन,
तो हर खाने के बाद
टपाल ग्रीन टी प्लीज।
अपनों की रैलीज पे रहें, एक कॉल पे मौजूद, ताकि मुस्कुराते रहें पाकिस्तानी, खुशहाल रहे पाकिस्तान।
केएनएन्स।
स्टेट लाइफ, हमेशा साथ निभाए।
चाय चाहिए कौन सी चला, लिप्टन ही तो है, लिप्टन पीजिए।
बड़े होकर बिस्मा मारूफ बनो।
आए बनाएं लड़कियों के लिए और क्रिकेट रोल मॉडल्स। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क, कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए।
And 4 respectively. It's the last game here as well. It's the last World Cup game this tournament here in Hyderabad. Really like the ground staff and the head curator here. They're very amiable, and I'm sure that you both have spoken to them over the years.
Yeah, I agree. Really friendly, and you ask him anything. I asked the groundsman when I was doing the mid-innings pitch report, which didn't happen. But I was asking him specifically about the soil, and he gave me a great answer. 70% black soil, 30% red soil. Unlike the other innings that we saw here, the other game, sorry, and he was saying the composition of that as well. Just those sort of interesting facts that when you're a player, you actually go to a groundsman, you say, mate, what are we looking at? And they'll give you a good answer.
but just the hard work that they put in to sweep up. I picked it up yesterday and bent down. It didn't last very long because of these old knees, but the power that it had to clean up stuff. I asked if I could take one home to New Zealand. Not that I do much cleaning at home, but I tell you, it'll be done in a jiffy.
Hello to you all as well. Splendid work from all of you. I really like the way the ground has been done up with the awnings, the overhead covers as well. There's the head groundsman. I love him. Every year that we come here, he gives good information. I love this. I love the finishing touches to this ground. The lights, very modern. I would even say postmodern, Kate.
Well, actually, Bish, they put the awnings up after those lights have been installed. I've had to chop the lights in half to get them underneath, which is so unusual often that you build the stand and then the lights towers get put behind. So, and is having the two lights sort of in the middle of the stand.
And there he is talking to Shaheen Afridi and taking a photo of the gentleman on Shaheen's left with the blue shirt. He is wonderful, I promise you, and he knows his stuff. If he doesn't feel good about the surface, he'll tell you honestly before the match, I could have done a little bit more of this or that, so it may not play the way that I wanted to, but he's quite happy with what he's produced today.
There's those lights, isn't it? Have you seen that anywhere?
से पेपाक डेबिट कार्ड नाम लेकर तलब करें। चूज होप, चूज पेपाक।
जीतो स्पेशल क्रिकेट प्राइजेस। अपने स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी के पीछे कोड को स्कैन करो और पहनो जुनून का रंग।
चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
3, that's a huge time. Really busy.
And therefore it's a big test for this young man, Matisha Patirana. Very expensive, as most of the bowlers were in that previous game. Went for 95. And he's got the typical four fielders. Deep and square and behind square.
And again, they've got through the inner field and it's gone. So it's not only an attacking option, but it helps you as a fielding unit think.
About heroes, I'm not sure Bishu was your hero growing up as a fast bowler. I can probably take an educated guess, but Malinga, how many players would be bowling in Sri Lanka a bit like this guy? Who was your hero?
I feel I'm in the firing line here with you and Haydos. Look, I was fortunate enough to be growing up at a time when the West Indies were kings of the game. And so you really had your Michael Holdings, your Joel Garners and guys like that who were literally champions coming through that system. So I tried to imbibe a little bit from all of them because they were world dominant fast bowlers, so you incorporate a lot of that into your bowling action. And then as I got older, I worked out what was uniquely mine. and sort of kept that and added a few bits and pieces along the way.
Well, we get the privilege driving to this ground, and you just see the sights of the kids, and they don't even need a piece of grass. They're just around, and you see these fans that have come here today. And tournaments like this, it just creates those heroes, and the kids go away and they go, I want to be like this person. So it's a fantastic thing about a World Cup.
And it just encourages all types of players to play our great game. Daman Khan is a reserve player for Pakistan, similar. There's ball sliding out of the hand, round arm action, below the horizontal, all the things that I would imagine, Bish, that you would have taken out of that group, that cluster of incredible fast bowlers. None of them would have been to have an action that wasn't.
Sri Lanka 55 for 2.
नया सनसिल्क थिक एंड लॉन्ग, इसमें है योगर्ट प्रोटीन और कैरेटिन का
राहतों की बरकत जो आपकी हर महफिल बनाए, बाबरकत, रूह अफ़ज़ा, जिंदगी मुबारक।
अपनों की रहलीज पे रहें, एक कॉल पे मौजूद, ताकि मुस्कुराते रहें पाकिस्तानी, खुशहाल रहे पाकिस्तान। KNNs एक एक घूंट में जागेगी खेल की उमंग, चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
To the front foot. Dasan Shanaka.
Just closing the chat out about creating heroes. I heard the news today that potentially the cricket will be at the Olympic Games T20 in LA 2028. So to be able to, I guess, have that aspiration as kids to say the Olympic Games is pinnacle for most athletes. Not necessarily in our sport, World Cups are, but to have the opportunity in 2028 to go to the Olympic Games would just be unreal. So it sounds like the news will come out in a week or so. A good friend of mine, Susie Bates, went to the 2012 Beijing Olympics, and I tell you what, there is some stories. But imagine having that on the global stage. Oh. It's what we want in our sport, isn't it? People to have those aspirations to play for their country and make a living out of it, but just do something that brings so much joy. Look at us, we're sitting up here talking about a game that we love, and yeah, I'll tell you a few stories off here. I'm not sure too appropriate on here, but
well, you think of how many young girls and boys have come up to Matthew Hayden and Katie Martin and said, I really looked up to you. You were a real encouragement to me taking up the game and playing it the way that I played because of you guys, and you've been my heroes.
But I think we're all custodians, because I grew up watching the great West Indies and all those guys that you just mentioned. I wanted to be Viv Richards. The swagger, the style, the power.
I did wonder that you reminded me of someone.
Tell you what, I would have my buttons just opened up, big gold necklace.
Bish, I think that's done, mate. Let's go. We'll leave him here. I don't want to see that. There's enough showing here already, mate.
Yeah, it was just brilliant, though. Honestly, it was so good watching those heroes. Yeah, tuck it away, thanks. No need to see any of that. But we're custodians of the game. The reason why we love our job is because it's just such a brilliant game. It's exciting. There's always different characters. Here we are talking about a youngster, Patarani. He's just 20. Already got a fourfer in ODI cricket. I mean, when's he going to reach the pinnacle? We've seen him under MS Dhoni be crowned IPL champion. But there's kids watching right now. Girls and boys want to be exactly something like him. And amen to it. It's brilliant.
pushing hard for 2. The thing with batting first, Haydos, is you get a score like
of this 345, 61 for 2.
यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलन्स एलईडी टीवी अपने स्मार्ट वॉइस कंट्रोल
PSO Diomax, पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम heavy duty diesel engine oil, परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि दुनिया
The all-new Sabroso Crispy Chicken Strips taste so good that nothing else matters. Sabroso Crispy Chicken Strips. So crispy, so tender.
Right, Matthew Hayden and viewers around the world, a shift back in time to Haydos' hero, the great Sir Vivian Richards, 1979, 100 in the World Cup final. And Collis King to his left, to the right of screen, hard-hitting batter. That bat became famous partly because of him and his fielding in those World Cups as well. Critical runouts.
You can see why you boys have got plenty of gold around your necks when it comes to athletics, because I tell you, I just can't begin to explain how many times I was given the yes, no, wait, and was almost run out. All of a sudden, these men from the West Indies were just flying around the outfield. Before you knew it, they had ball in hand and throws back to the wicketkeeper, back to your lot, Katie, and you're stranded. I mean, great athletic ability. It's one of the great shames that the West Indies aren't here. They had a great competition leading up into it, and the rightful placeholders are here at the World Cup, but still, cricket must prosper all around the world and must prosper, obviously, in the West Indies, because there's too much history.
Just see the smile on Vish, just a little bit in the cheeks of watching that vision back. It must be special, but also hard for you at the moment about where West Indies cricket is. You want to see those players playing, don't you? So many franchise cricketers now. How is it for you, Bish, with West Indies cricket at the moment?
I was having a great World Cup up until now.
Blame Haydos.
What a mood hoover.
Why did you tell me to ask that question, Haydos?
Are you okay, Bish?
Oh, I love this guy. I walked past him a little earlier. Chance or 6? Chance or 6? Oh no! Neither of them attempted to lay a hand on it. And if that is dropped just inside, it'll be salt in the wound.
Well, I reckon it has. Just miscommunication. Player watching rather than ball watching. Player watching must be on here, the call early. Mate, you've got it, or yes, it's mine, or something of that effect. But to simply just see this submit to the moment. Oh dear.
It's just landed on the Toblerone, the boundary marker. But neither of them made an effort to get there. Confusion. Arms upstretched.
Well, I've been saved by the bell there. Thank you, Sri Lanka. Vital moment in the game, just building a partnership. 30 off 39.
The bad news for you, Katie, is that we've still got a number of weeks in this tour.
We'll talk about it on a flight to Chennai tomorrow, Katie.
You know when you're in trouble with the boss, don't you?
At 6 was the first boundary since the power play, the first power play concluded. Off stump, not a bad place, and outside to bowl to Rizwan. 69 for 2.
चाय चाहिए कौन सी जना लिप्टन ही तो है लिप्टन पीजिए
लाइट चली गई यार, मैच कैसे देखेंगे?
माई जोंग ऐप से माइको पर
अब जोंग कस्टमर्स आईसीसी वर्ल्ड कप के तमाम मैचेस देखें माई जोंग ऐप से माइको पर, वो भी बिल्कुल मुफ्त।
चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर, यूफोन या फिर जोंग, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का दोस्त। जैज कैश है ना?
Crowd have been in good voice throughout the afternoon and the early parts of the evening. Good voices alongside. Very good evening, Waqar Yunus, and my first stint today with Shane Watson.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here, especially with you, Simon Dua. First stint together for a while. What a position this game is in right now. Another Rizwan, excellent player of spin. This is where he really comes into his own, and he's going to have to for a long period of time, batting deep into this game. I have to say, Sri Lanka have been very disciplined with their execution. Compared to Pakistan, were just their execution consistently throughout their bowling innings, but Sri Lanka have been very much on the money. Majority of the balls. It's been more challenging for really get away in this innings.
Well, Alagay now. Left arm spin. This was a big opportunity again, Waqar.
Yeah, nobody called in time, and the ball landed just in the middle of 2. A lot of people behind them, big crowd behind them, and I'm sure they have called, but none of them heard it. Looking at Sri Lankan's bowling attack, it's a very young bowling attack. Well, Lalage is only just coming out of under 9. This was the shot, and I think it was more of a Pathum's catch because he was coming in. He should have just called. But what a talent. This youngster had a wonderful Asia Cup with the bat, with the ball. And the other end is Pathirana, a very unique action, very young at this level also. Madhushanka, a youngster, so it's a very young bowling attack, and I think they have responded really well to the captain, keeping things very simple. This kid is going to be something because he's got talent. He was under 19 captain just recently. Bowls really well. Very intelligent operator. He moves his fielder very well.
You can see that he spent a little bit of time watching Rangana Harath. Keep it simple. 15 gone, 71 for 2.
एक घूंट में जागेगी खेल की उमंग। चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
Shangri-La now introduces Kids Chub, बच्चों का अपना केचप। Kids Chub, मील का फन बडी। Yum.
मेरे फेवरेट चूहे रंग ले रहे हैं। क्या करूं? ओह ये 92
क्रिकेट का बुखार और मक्खनी हांडी का प्यार। डोंट वरी, फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
PSO Diomax, पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम हैवी ड्यूटी डीजल इंजन ऑयल। परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि दुनिया चले।
होगा दुनिया में तू बेमिसाल, मेरे बच्चे मेरे नौनिहाल।
लाइट चली गई यार, मैच कैसे देखेंगे?
माई जोंग ऐप से माइको पर
अब जोंग कस्टमर्स आईसीसी वर्ल्ड कप के तमाम मैचेस देखें माई जोंग ऐप से माइको पर, वो भी बिल्कुल मुफ्त।
न बिजली जाती है न बिजली का बिल आता है, तो आज ही बिजली के बिल को क्लीन गोल्ड करें। इनवर्क्स सोलर एनर्जी, बिल की फिक्र से बेफिक्र।
मंथली इजी कार्ड 800 से पाओ 20 GB डेटा, 4000 टेलीनॉर मिनट्स और 350 अदर नेटवर्क मिनट्स।
गोल्डन पर्ल ब्यूटी क्रीम, हुस्न जाना की तारीफ मुमकिन नहीं।
फास्ट से जगमगाए हर खेल का मैदान, परफॉर्मेंस शानदार, रियल क्वालिटी की पहचान। फास्ट, तारों से सितारों तक।
The all-new Sabroso crispy chicken strips taste so good that nothing else matters. Sabroso
जानी और माली तहफ़्फ़ुज़ देता है मेरा पेपाक कार्ड। अपने बैंक से पेपाक डेबिट।
स्टेट लाइफ हमेशा साथ निभाए।
यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलेंस LED टीवी अपने स्मार्ट वॉइस कंट्रोल फीचर से सुने आपकी बात। एक्सपीरियंस द वर्ल्ड एट होम, क्योंकि डॉलेंस रिलायबल है।
Mahmood. So there are 4 pacers, then Afridi, and then and Saklan. I mean, that's some bowling, isn't it?
Tell you what, it's some bowling team that don't need Waqar Younis as well, just quietly. Wait for us. Oh, it's given that wide. It's a big wide too, and it's Alex Wharf signalling it. Thought it might have been a bit tight.
It's a really nice ball option from Paddy Rana. Slow ball bouncer, definitely deceived.
नया सनसिल्क थिक एंड लॉन्ग, इसमें है योगर्ट प्रोटीन और केराटिन का सुपर मिक्स, जिससे बाल दिखे 2 गुना ज्यादा घने। जब बाल हो थिक, कोई भी स्टाइल करो पिक।
बड़े होकर बिस्मा मारूफ बनो।
आए बनाए लड़कियों के लिए और क्रिकेट रोल मॉडल्स। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क, कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए।
टेलीनॉर, यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का दोस्त जैज कैश है ना।
जीतो स्पेशल क्रिकेट प्राइजेस। अपने स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी के पीछे कोड को स्कैन करो और पहनो जुनून का रंग।
Deliveries for 39 and Rizwan hit a beautiful boundary in the previous over. He's on 17 of 22. So they've seen enough to just build this, keep going.
I guess they're just got to break the target down a little bit more. Think about what can we get off the last 5 or 6 overs. And at that stage of the game with wickets in hand, 12 and overs on. Because of the amount of T20 cricket that's played, amount of power that these batters have nowadays, 12 and overs okay. So you say we get 60 off the last 5, let's break it down. We need to be around about 285 with 6 to go. And then work backwards from there. You don't have to go all out now and lose wickets.
And that will only happen if they play sensibly. Yes, you do need boundaries on the way, but you don't want to be radical. You don't want to just go crazy. Keep rotating the strike, keep pushing.
From the big quick, have a crack at cutting that down. Sri Lanka, you can see the energy in the field. They've been excellent. They really have been on. One little mix up down on the boundary, went for 6, but outside of that, they've been excellent.
What a turnaround for them. Had a really tough game, hard game against the South Africans in Delhi just recently. Especially the bowlers struggled in that game. But what a comeback. You know, good total on the board and given enough runs to the bowlers to just pick up 10 wickets.
Yeah, Sri Lankan batting has definitely helped their bowlers just to find their way into this tournament.
Lovely from, well, Alage, 86 for 2.
एक और कप चाय टपाल दानेदार।
डिस्काउंट्स एंड डील से छोटे मोमेंट्स को बड़ा बनाता है मेरा पेपाक कार्ड। अपने बैंक से पेपाक डेबिट कार्ड नाम लेकर तलब करें, चूज हो पेपाक।
अपनों की रैलीज पे रहें, एक कॉल पे मौजूद, ताकि मुस्कुराते रहें पाकिस्तानी। पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
हर एक बोतल में है बड़ी बरकत, ताजगी की।
Crowd's right on top of you. It's a wide down leg side. Been very fortunate to play a couple of big matches here in Hyderabad, and goodness me, the atmosphere is just so loud out in the middle. And to be able to see so many people come in for this last fixture that Hyderabad has in this Men's World Cup. Everyone's come in the droves. Makes it that much more exciting for the players out in the middle.
What about those lights? Were they there then when you played here? You were telling us the stories. Beautiful delivery.
Not just directly looking into those lights that are very low. Obviously, they're there for a reason to light the ground, but they are very low.
Another wide, and that'll go away for 5 wides as well. A little bit untidy here. From Patirana.
Good pacey delivery. He was looking for a yorker, and when he gets it wrong,
that are underneath were on the light towers above. So what they'd done was the light towers were nice. We can see every area of the ground.
that's right. And that's the way it should be. It was all right when we were playing, but not now. We got the best seat in the house. And it's not only the towers. See all those lights right on top of the peak. And a beautiful show they show in during the drink breaks, which was awesome.
Yeah, those lights on top of the roof on away to our left, they're all new, and that roof was brand new since the IPL earlier in the year, and I love that as well. There's some shelter for the fans who come in the heat of the afternoon. It's a terrific stadium.